live from California. So yeah, we're doing this on Sunday at 7 p.m. because tomorrow wasn't going to be doable at the normal time. But after tonight, then from then on, it will be 6 p.m. on Mondays.
Oh, that's a maybe.
Oh, really?
I'm going to be out of town on. I'm going to be on a
I know
little
you're going to be.
vacation on starting the 13th through the 20th of
Okay.
August. So we'll have to figure that out.
Oh, 13th through the 20th? Okay.
Or 13th through 8. Well, basically, yeah,
Well,
the 20th.
just out of curiosity, could you do it from your vacation spot?
I don't know because obviously there's going to be probably a time change, and I'm not sure exactly, but it might be tough.
I already have ideas for the episode.
Well, hold those thoughts. We can always do them on the following week, or we'll figure it out.
Well, anyway, yeah, so we're changing it up. I have allergies too. I've been having allergies since the middle of the night last night. I all of a sudden started sneezing and sniffling. And that's what I'll be sniffling, unfortunately, a little bit.
Okay.
So, anyway, that's something to, be aware about, that, and hopefully that's not too off-putting. And anyway, so that's okay. So the sniffling, the weird time change, it's not that weird. And then finally, another thing to mention is that, excuse me, sorry, is that there's this site called Audible. Have you heard of it?
Never did hear of it.
Never did, huh? Well, the thing about Audible is it's basically they have audio entertainment. Okay, it's a lot of audiobooks. Okay, and they have audiobooks from classics to new releases to bestsellers and all different sorts of genres, and fiction, nonfiction, audiobooks, and then also they have Audible original content, like they have podcasts and various exclusive audio series. And so anyway, here's the point about all this is that, sometimes it's hard to read books in the traditional way because, you have you need to set aside time to do that. You can't do that while you're driving. Say you're on a long drive, if you want to get through a book, you might have to listen to it. And so, anyway, there are, you can try Audible out, and you get you get the first month free. It's a free trial, and you can do that. It's 30 days free trial Audible, and you can do that by going to www.audibletrial.com/Chicken Coop, and Chicken Jessica just posted the link there, and that's just something to check out if that's something that interests you at all. And it's you could basically listen to, and then, like I said, it's not just books. I mean, it's other stuff too, and you could do that while you're working out, walking, doing chores, whatever. And
do you feel like, sorry to cut in really quick, do you feel like you
please.
have at least 1 or 2 more minutes to explain the rest of this while I can just grab something really quick? Because I feel like there might be more information to disclose that
I'm pretty much wrapped up on it, to be perfectly honest.
Dang it.
But
you don't want to talk about an experience you had with Audible that might be a little on the chilling side?
I was a part of a project that was on an Audible exclusive called Bedtime Stories for Cynics, and I did a story on there. That's that's an example of some of the stuff that they have there that's exclusive.
I would imagine they would really be interested in hearing about that while I grab something from the kitchen.
What are you gonna get?
Well, I want my Audible pamphlet.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Grab
all right. All right. I'll be right back. You tell them about your little sexual experience with Audible, and I will be right on back. Okay. Thank you. Bye. 1 second.
I just yeah, I mean, but obviously I released that myself after it had been out a couple of years on Audible, but it was a kind of my own kind of take on a fairy tale Cinderella story. And but a bunch of other comedians did the same thing. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out. Anyway, enough about Audible. Okay, enough about that. But that's again audibletrial.com/chicken coop if you want to try that 30-day free trial. I mean, whatever, no big whoop. And what else we got? Yeah, so look, it looks like a lot of the regular people here are here. And and I'm glad that the regular people are here despite the different time that this is happening. But yeah, next week we'll be back to normal. I know I said that last week. I said last week when we did it on Saturday night, I said, okay, we won't do it this Monday, but we're going to be back the following Monday. I was wrong. That was wrong of me to say that. But I'm here, and it's a Sunday, and it's 7 p.m. It's actually past 7 p.m. And that's basically what happens when you get down to it. I'm just waiting for Laura to come back, and then we'll start the show. We got an exciting topic, I think, for this episode. I'm excited about it. It's a topic that's kind of very close to me in a way, I would say. But oops, I just knocked my knuckle onto a thing just now. Ooh, pinball. That's a kind of a funny idea for what pinball. I wonder if we could do an episode on pinball. How would that work? Pinball art, maybe just looking at the different art for pinball and talking about pinball. Why is it called pinball? I guess because you hit pins with a ball, I guess. Simple as that. Actually, I took quite the contrary to knuckles up. I went knuckles down on the wood here, and I kind of hurt my knuckles just now because I went down on my knuckles down.
All right.
Sometimes I tell my knuckles, when they're acting up.
So did you tell them about the 69? Never mind. I won't say anymore if you didn't get to that. We don't have to tell them all that. It's just a little something about Audible and well, never mind.
Well, listen.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. No, I had a little pamphlet here from Audible.
What is that? Is that a Pampers Plus from Audible?
It is. They talk about here. They say they do offer LensCrafters receptionists doing tales of various experiences at the LensCrafters table. Some fucked up shit is up in there. Let me tell you right now.
Oh, really?
Go to Audible. Yeah.
By the way, there used to not be flippers for pinball, and the balls just used to drop, and you had to just be lucky. And the thing about that is, well, basically, it's kind of very similar. It's essentially the same thing as pachinko is. You ever play pachinko?
Hell no. The hell is that?
You don't know what pachinko is?
That's some fucked up shit right there. If I did ever hear some myself.
Pachinko is it's a gambling thing where a ball comes down. Actually,
sounds like some pinch shit.
Did you say pimp?
I said pinch shit. Like, what are they gonna do? Like pinch you or something?
Oh, pachinko. Do you remember at our aunt's house that she had this machine that had balls that came down?
Vaguely, I remember a belt massager.
Well, there's that, the belt, the vibrating belt.
Yeah, you stand up and you put this belt that loops around your back, and it just goes really.
Yeah, it's supposed to burn your fat off somehow.
Oh man, I wonder if it works.
I don't think it works, but it's supposed to vibrate your fat off your love handles, basically.
I love the idea.
But she had some sort of pachinko machine of sorts, or maybe it was an old pinball machine. Pachinko is very popular. Well, in Japan, they have a lot of pachinko. It's more popular in Japan, but all over, a lot of Asian countries have pachinko.
That's tight.
Oh, aunt? That's gotta be. Who's saying ant? It's not spelled A-N-T.
Right.
People say.
What is she? An ant?
Yeah, what is she?
Crawling
An
up on our
insect?
counter over
Is she
here?
an insect? Is she trying to get at my watermelon? She's an aunt, not an ant.
She's
An
an
ant is
aunt.
an insect. An aunt is an aunt. I mean, if there's a
I
U in
agree.
there, there's a U in there, so it should be a U. If it's a U, you go all. You go
You could even go
aunt.
so far as to say aunt, but you
Aunt.
definitely should not be saying aunt.
Yeah. No
I agree.
disrespect. No
No
disrespect
disrespect.
to Slipknot. Aunt. Laura and I were just having a conversation before we started, which was about how I noticed Laura said Nevada. She said it like this.
No, I
Nevada.
said Nevada.
I know. I say Nevada. She says Nevada. And I thought, well, how do you say Colorado? She says Colorado. I said, okay, well, if you say Colorado, and if you say Nevada, why aren't you saying Colorado? And people do say Colorado.
Because I'm from the hood.
Well, hood people would say Colorado.
No.
Hood people say, yeah, they would say that.
They would say Nevada. By hood, I mean Los Angeles. Oh, busted.
Well, no, I say Los Angeles. Los Angeles.
No, you don't. No disrespect.
No disrespect to Slip, but anyway, it should be Colorado and Nevada. If I'm thinking, look, if Nevada, I think Nevada is probably a Native American word, right, or something. So, or something like that, or maybe it's.
Well, yeah, but it's not like I don't feel like I always pronounce words as they're meant to be pronounced in the language from which they came. For example,
that's true.
I don't say burrito when I'm talking about a burrito.
No, that's true.
Because I'm from where I'm from, and that's just how
true.
we talk.
But I just think Nevada sounds very ant-like, Oh yeah, my aunt from Nevada. She's actually I'm actually going to go visit her in Chicago.
In a way, that's how I talk. In a way, that's how I talk.
You don't talk like that.
Well, I don't say ant because there actually is a U there, but Nevada does not have a U, and therefore I pronounce it with an A sound.
Yeah, but I think Nevada sounds more legitimate, I think.
I don't know. It just feels a bit chump-like to say Nevada.
People say Nevada City too, but
exactly because that's how we talk in California.
You know what? Hey, look, people should just pronounce things the way they pronounce them. Sometimes people pronounce their names wrong, I feel like, but hey, it's their name.
Right.
They can
what? I've always had a hard time pronouncing my own name. I don't know if I should say Laura
or Laura
or just Laura. I mean, nowadays I just say my name is Laura.
I used to kind of be weird about pronouncing my own name too, actually.
Really?
People say, "What's your name?" No, I used to say I wouldn't know how to say Brent. I would say, do I say Brent? Do I say Brent or do I say Brant or what? I didn't know.
Well, it's interesting because I feel like you have a fair amount of consonants in your name that can't really be said any other way. It's
no,
like
you could say
you have one vowel in your name.
You could say Brent. Why you fart, Brent? Why you fart? You could say.
But you wouldn't say it like that. But Brent, I feel like it's a very sort of solid.
Yeah.
Kind of easy to say name, but Laura has it's got that diphthong. If you know what.
To me, I'm just thinking Laura. It's as simple as Laura.
Right. It does seem as simple as that, but AU. Are you familiar with the term diphthong? Not to be confused with butt thong or rubber thong, for that matter.
What? I don't.
Are you familiar with the term diphthong?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's a vowel.
No, I do not.
A diphthong is when you have a vowel that doesn't have a hard sound to it, where it's kind of in between two vowels. Like so, A is a kind of a diphthong as opposed to A. A is not a diphthong, but A, the sound A is a diphthong. E is a diphthong as opposed to E. E is very straightforward. So you learn about these things in voice and stuff like that.
Oh, well, because I learned about I learned about phonemes when I took phonetics classes.
That's some fucked up hardcore shit right there.
What are you talking about?
What does that mean, phonemes?
Phonemes are sounds.
I didn't even know about that.
So there's different sounds you can make with your mouth or whatever, any body part really, I guess. And your butt sometimes makes lots of sounds, but there's different ways that you say things. So, there's a whole phonetic alphabet that is different that than the regular alphabet that we use, such as, so there's okay, obviously there's different sounds that, okay, when you see an A, that could be pronounced ah or ah or some other way, and so phonemes distinguish between those different pronunciations and different sounds. And so
when you say phonemes distinguish between them, what do you mean by that? Like it's an outside entity that's distinguishing between those two things?
Well, meaning there's a way to notate these different sounds, and you
Oh,
see
like in the dictionary.
Yeah, in the
When they
dictionary
spell
tells you.
things phonetically, kind of thing.
Well, not just that, but they use also certain symbols that you don't usually use.
Gotcha.
And so that kind of tells you how things are pronounced, but it's all about different sounds you can make, There's
Right.
an oi sound, or you can make an you know, and or whatever. You can do a or I or e, and you don't think of those in terms of the letter A or letter I or whatever. Or the letter E could be or it could be E or whatever. Anyway, it's not. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, let's. How about we start the show? What do you say?
Yeah, let's get off. It's kind of boring.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Sorry. Okay, carry on.
No. Let's start the show. Let's just start the show. Let's start it. Welcome to the Chicken Coop. My name is Brent Weinbach.
I'm Laura Weinbach.
This is the show where we talk where we talk about phonetics for a whole hour and nothing else. We just talk about the science of sounds. And no, I'm just kidding. But we chat and we have segments. And this segment this week is going to be about something that's very close to me, maybe not as close to Laura, but we're going to have some fun with it, though, I think. And that topic is smooth jazz. Smooth jazz is I like smooth jazz. You know why? It's cool. The music is cool, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's cool for you. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of smooth jazz myself, but I can appreciate that you like it.
Well, you see, the thing to me is all other music besides classical music, it's to me kind of when I was young, I started getting into smooth jazz when I was 13 or 14 years old. And the thing is I was kind of embarrassed to say, I always felt there was something embarrassing about other music, rock music or pop music. There's always something embarrassing about that. But smooth jazz, there's nothing embarrassing about smooth jazz. It's just cool. It's cool music for adults. And that's it. And I thought, hey, I can get behind this. I could proudly say I like smooth jazz because there's nothing embarrassing about it. It's cool music that is for adults.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? That's why I liked it.
Right. I can see that for you. Yeah. But
but not
I don't know if I would agree about I don't feel like that. I don't feel that it expresses something cool for adults in my my perception of the sound of that music. In fact, it makes me go so far as to say I feel a little uncool at times when I'm listening to it. For example,
not all smooth jazz is good, but
Right. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I'll be at a restaurant and it'll be really in a cool atmosphere. I mean, the setting will be extremely beautiful and bucolic, but then they'll be playing smooth jazz. And it really irks me when restaurants play music that's just inappropriate for the scene, but they're just playing something that they think is inoffensive, that everybody can like. But in a way, I feel personally a little bit, I guess, not offended, but just put off by it because I feel like it just simply is not the right thing. You know what I mean?
And there's a time and place, sure. But I'm just saying when I'm driving through the city at night, I like a soundtrack that fits. And I'm thinking smooth jazz.
I hear that. And I do think that smooth jazz works for like the foot doctor, for example.
Oh, you do?
I mean, yes.
Getting a nice foot massage at the foot doctor. A nice molding.
For me, smooth jazz recalls memories of going to the foot doctor in Westwood and seeing this giant foot sculpture, very 90s kind of sculpture with these squiggly lines on it and things like that. And just driving through the streets of Westwood circa 1988. And that's just the feeling I get from it. I feel like that's the time and place for smooth jazz, but I don't know if there's any other time and place for it for me.
Well, I just think it's for adults, I mean, you have to be a mature person to sort of be into smooth jazz and understand
I don't know if I'm at that point yet.
And understand why it's cool, really, I guess,
All right. Well, let's get into it.
Well, anyways, so when I was 13, 14, that was the only music I admitted to liking. I only admitted to liking that and classical music and video game music. That was it, because I just thought, oh, I don't want to admit to liking pop music because I'm embarrassed about that. But smooth jazz, I was proud to say, because I thought, oh, this is clean music. It's clean and it's intellectual. It's sophisticated and clean. And I like that about smooth jazz. Yes.
Well, so I wonder if we can pinpoint that sentiment through some of the material we've chosen for today's show.
Well, okay. Well, so anyway, we're going to do a thing where we're going to look at just different smooth jazz clips, music videos and clips and stuff. And Chicken Jessica has picked some stuff out, I think. And this is a segment that
whoa. Did you forget something? Oh, actually, I don't think you even know about this. I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you about the super chat.
Oh, that'd be good.
Can I just?
What is that?
What is that?
Well, I just got back from Nevada myself, and that's how you say it, by the way. And super chat. And by the way, I was with someone who was from Las Vegas, and she says Nevada. So, anyways,
wow, there you go.
The super chat is a way to tip the show, show some support. And I got a little video presentation put together that nobody has ever seen. And
really, this is brand new stuff.
Brand new information.
Wow, this is the groundbreaker.
That's right. So let's get into it. So you click the $sign in the chat window, you pick a super sticker or a super chat, and you pump up that dollar amount, whatever you got left, and you hit buy and send. And that is, and then you get your message all highlighted, all nice. And that is how you do the super chat.
That is how you pump up the volume.
Yeah, there you go. So that's the super chat. I'll let you get on with the show. How about that?
Well, I think that's pretty neat stuff.
Yeah. Smooth.
And yeah, okay, we're pretty smooth, right? And so anyway, well, thank you for.
Well, I wasn't fishing for it, but Kami, it's a super sticker.
Wait, Kami.
Oh no,
right?
earlier she was saying that stuff.
Right.
We got the Mana tree with this. Look at this.
Mana
This
tree.
is a perfect example. And,
yeah, people say Secret of Mana.
People say Mana, yeah.
But it should be Mana.
Never heard of it. But yeah, like Bryce's Hell right here. Bryce's Hell, that's how you say that. And Chuck Mangiani.
I like that. Super smooth Chaz.
That's how you say that. It's Mangiani.
By the way, smooth jizz, I mean, that's an old school joke of mine in a way. It's an old school joke of mine. People saying smooth jizz. I mean, I know smooth jizz. I've been all in that. I mean, I know that. Smooth jizz. And I know about what's it called? Rough jazz. Now, rough jazz, that's a cool idea. I like that. I've thought about such a thing before. Rough jazz, I feel like would be more like
bebop or something.
No, yeah,
smooth jazz can turn into
like
I would say free jazz.
Free jazz. Sorry, that's what
free jazz would be rough jazz in a way.
Yeah, not my favorite era of jazz either, to be quite frank. But hey, no offense to Slipknot, of course.
Well, 60s free jazz is one thing, but I mean, then you get into some later stuff where it's more hardcore. We're talking about people or some later Sun Ra or Cecil Taylor or something like that. That gets pretty crazy, and that gets pretty rough jazz it is. But imagine this, rough jizz. That's just something to think about. I'm thinking it's jizz with pebbles in it or something like that.
Or spikes.
Or
crystals?
Spiked.
What about jizz spiked with kidney stones?
Exactly. That was my thought exactly. What about smooth Chaz? Smooth
What
Chaz.
about Smooth Chad?
Well, yeah. Isn't Chaz? What's the name
Chaz
of
is a Chester.
Well, isn't it? What's Cher's son's
Sonny?
name? No,
Oh.
no. Is it Chaz?
I don't know, but Chaz, I do believe, is Brendan Fraser's character's name in the movie Airheads, which is a great film. I do recommend if people you haven't seen it. Very funny. And it turns out that he decided to change his name to Chaz from his birth name, which was Chester. In the movie.
I see. Well, look, this is a segment we're going to call...
Chaz Bono.
Yeah, Chaz Bono. That's what I was saying. Chaz Bono.
There you go.
How about Chaz Boner? What's that all about?
I was about to say.
What about Jazz Boner? Imagine that. Just imagine a saxophone doing some free jazz kind of thing, and it just makes a boner arise. You know what I mean? I can imagine that. I can imagine
a video doing that.
I can imagine a music video of just a hard blowing saxophone, and then just a boner just becoming big.
I mean, this is probably a played out idea, but it's just like imagine Kenny G, who's probably the only smooth jazz besides Spyro Gyra that I know really, doing a wild clarinet or saxophone, solo, and then just slowly blowing up, inflating his own boner.
I like that. It sounds great. It really works with his hair and his soprano saxophone, because the soprano saxophone is straight. Soprano saxophone is straight.
Right.
Yeah,
wait, what if his boner morphed into his saxophone?
It could work too. That could work too.
Just saying, food for thought.
So yes, but I will say this before we move to this segment. I just want to say I'm a big fan of smooth jazz, and I always have, and I stay true to that. And I like Spyro Gyra. I like David Benoit. I like Bob James. I like, Joe Sample. Joe Sample was one of the best musicians of all time. Joe Sample. And I like Bobby Lyle. And I like them all. I like John Clemmer. I like all these people. Okay. So big whoop. All right. Am I missing any important person right now, Chicken Jessica, that I haven't mentioned?
Sade? No, I don't know. I
do like Sade.
Sade,
I do like Sade too, by the way. Who
Sade's
I almost
a crossover.
think she's borderline.
She's
smooth.
Crossover. Well, she's a crossover.
She definitely has smooth elements, and so does Toni Braxton.
She's smooth jazz, but it's crossover though.
Yeah, well, there you go.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Well,
that is not.
You're forgetting Dave Kaz, maybe Kenny G. I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
I'm just trying to name my
hold on a
favorites.
second. Chicken Jessica, are you actually a smooth person?
I'm a smooth person for sure.
I mean, do you know about the scene?
I got him. I got them or her into it.
Bront got me hooked. Yeah, but I like.
So you're into it.
A small subset of it. Yeah, but I like the late 70s, early 80s, and it's all.
Well, that's okay.
All comes
late 70s, early 80s is more like proto smooth jazz.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
And so that's kind of when smooth jazz was still underground. Okay, and that's when smooth jazz was not what it would become in the 80s, So smooth jazz in the late 70s and early 80s, and not even smooth jazz, although they say that the first smooth jazz, some say the first smooth jazz track was Touch by John Clemmer, which is from 73. But they say that it even precedes that. Wes Montgomery guitar stuff is kind of like from the late 60s is kind of a proto smooth jazz. I say stuff was kind of getting fusiony in the 70s, okay? And then things have that sort of sound, that late 70s, early 80s sound, Bob James. And some of that stuff is definitely smooth. But then in the 80s, stuff gets really kind of glossy and even smoother. And it gets cleaner sounding. And I like that stuff. And that's what I consider to be true smooth jazz.
It's interesting because I feel like whenever I hear a hint of smooth elements in something that really should not be going in that direction, it really is a turnoff to me. Like I recently got deeply into something called the Song of the Devil, or the Devil's Tune. It's called the Devil's Tune. It's it's basically a Scandinavian folk kind of music that's mostly played on a type of ancient violin instrument.
Oh yeah.
And it's awesome music. I mean, it basically how I found out about it was this woman who was from I guess, Sweden. She was at my house by chance because she was dating a friend of ours who brought her over here. And she brought this amazingly gorgeous violin that was, from the 1500s or something like that. And it was all ornate and inlaid with pearl and stuff. And she played the Devil's Tune on it. And the Devil's Tune is a song that used to be played like in Viking times when they would want to incite people to kind of get riled up and become violent almost.
Become erect, yeah.
Yeah. But so I found a whole collection of the Devil's Tune music on Spotify, and I was listening to this playlist, and all of a sudden this one song comes on and it started getting a little bit smooth, which was not what I was wanting to hear at the time. And I thought, this is wrong.
Well, by the way, smooth jazz.
That happens every so often in music that, you know what I mean? I'm trying to listen to sometimes some not that.
Well, there's some blend over from New Age and smooth jazz.
Oh, I love New Age.
Yeah.
But I do not like when New Age goes smooth.
Well, Laura and I are fans of this Hillary Stagg, who's a harpist, Ardo harp. And
he swims with dolphins.
Well, he's got this album called Dream Spiral, which I introduced Laura to.
You did turn me on to that, but the second half of that album goes smooth.
It becomes smooth. Yeah, I know,
and that's where it becomes a problem.
That's my point.
And don't you not like that half?
No. Yes. Well, no. When I want smooth jazz, I want smooth jazz. I don't want. I mean, sorry. When I want New Age, I want New Age. I don't want smooth jazz. Okay. So yeah, I didn't really want to hear the smooth jazz stuff there. But
it's. I think it really has to do with like the beat and then maybe some additional saxophone in the mix. When it starts bringing the drums in, that's when New Age gets really bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of like drumless New Age music for the most part. Although I probably have heard some New Age with drums that I did care for.
I doubt it.
But Chick Corea, by the way, I wouldn't say is smooth. I think he's just more on the fusion end of things.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He might have went smooth at one point, but
they all go smooth at some point, I guess.
They do kind of all go smooth at one point. Even some people who used to be rock go smooth sometimes.
Right. I mean, like if they live into their 70s or something, I guess they all become a little bit smooth. Even like Paul McCartney, I think, gets a little smooth at certain points.
Is he a smooth jazz man?
Well, I mean, not smooth jazz, but he's smooth in other ways.
Well, what do we say?
They're not necessarily
I know what
ways
you mean.
I want to know.
Everybody gets smooth. Everyone. So why don't we get to this segment here? And it is called Smoothie Jacuzzi.
Baskin Robbins penis, the 30-second flav.
Okay.
Let's take a look. We need to take two on that.
We need to take two on that one.
Baskin Robbins penis, the 30-second flav. Is that middle guy John Tesh?
No, it's David Benoit. Wait, can you go back to this?
John Tesh a smooth guy?
Yes, he is smooth. John Tesh is
I do
smooth.
know that person. I know him.
Well, he's not known for being smooth. He's known for being Entertainment Tonight, but he wrote the theme song to Entertainment Tonight also, by the way. And also he wrote the theme song to a lot of stuff on TV, but John Tesh. Wait, go back to the picture real quick.
Yeah, let's just go back and let's.
So that's David Benoit in there.
Let's marinate in this for a minute.
And then there's Kenny G is on the left, otherwise known as Kenneth Gorlick, and that's his name.
Kenneth Gorlick. Wait, so we got Jack N over here.
Of course, we got the classic, mascot of the show, and then that's George Benson, I think, on the right. Is it not?
George Benson.
I think that's George Benson. Is that not? Chip?
I don't know.
It is. It is George Benson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what's funny? What if John Tesh started going by Tesha?
What if he just went by Tesh?
Right, Tesh. Or what about?
Or what if he went by Touche? What if he went by Touche?
Touche, yeah, Touche, yeah.
Or Tush.
The Old Spice guy. Who's the Old Spice guy?
They're all, I would venture
they're all
to
Old
say,
Spice guys.
Old Spice types.
They're all Old Spice guys. So can we also just have people recognize the Breezin'. Noah knows it. Wow, Noah, you know smooth jazz, I guess.
Wow,
Breezin' is a
okay.
classic. That's one of the most famous smooth jazz pieces out there, I would say.
Pieces.
What?
It's just funny, the word. I mean,
So-
no, carry on.
I just want people to recognize the theme song that was used for that. It went like this. It went Baskin Robbins. What is it? Penis?
Baskin Robbins penis. The
30
30-second play.
So
Okay, for those who are in the know, how many people out here are from Los Angeles?
there was a
Raise your hand.
station. There was a smooth jazz station that
And Ty
we
Bolden.
listened to all through.
Our mom listened to it, really.
Well, our mom listened to it, yes,
in the car. That's the only reason I know this.
And to be honest, that's probably how I discovered smooth jazz. And
I just heard it. Yeah, I remember in the car and at the doctor's office.
So I would hear that, or I'd hear adults listening to smooth jazz, and I thought, well, that's cool music. What is that? And
you really thought that at a young age?
I absolutely thought that.
I just don't know. Okay.
I just thought this is music that's for cool people. I thought. Anyway, 94.7, The Wave is what it was called, and it was known as that in the 80s and the 90s, and then they eventually changed formats because smooth jazz went out of fashion. But it was wait, what is
their
what are people counting here? 0 minus -1?
We're all anti-LA, actually, says Steve Blessing. Let's see.
It's not.
Oh, I'm seeing if wow, nobody here's from LA.
It's pronounced anti-LA. Anti-LA.
Anti-LA. Okay.
It's a joke.
Got
it's a joke. It's a joke.
Got it. Oh, we're all no. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Anyway,
okay. Right.
94.7 The Wave, and the theme song used to go 94.7 The Wave.
Exactly.
And so
we wanted to take it to the next level.
Well, so then we were thinking Baskin Robbins, but then calling them Bask and Rob for short.
Baskin Rob.
Instead of Bob, Bask and Rob, basically. Bask and
Rob's
penis. The 30-second
play. It's like the newest flavor added to what was for such a long time only 31 flavors. His penis is actually taking them to the next level.
Their penis is the mysterious 30-second flavor,
It's so like the missing flavor that always never was until now.
It's kind of like the 13th hour or something like that.
Right, or the 13th
or the
lesson.
or something
or
like
the
that.
Seventh dwarf
I mean, the seventh dwarf or the eighth dwarf, or something like that. Or it's like the fifth Beatle, it's the
It's sort of the hand behind the curtain of sorts.
It's Baskin Rob's penis, the 30-second flav. So that's
think about that. Meditate on that for a while.
So now that you know all the pieces to the puzzle, let's run that intro one more time.
Baskin Rob's penis, the 30-second flav.
And there you have it. So we're going to look at some clips that we kind of we'll see.
Well,
maybe you are in Coop school after all, Cammie, because you're learning something now. Finally, we're learning stuff here. Again, for people who are joining us late, I have some sort of allergy, so I'm just kind of sniffling a bit here. But anyway, well, we have some clips, and what's on the menu tonight here? Chicken.
Besides Baskin Rob's penis.
Yeah.
We all want to taste it.
Well, what do we got here? We got what do we got here? I was just thinking we could open with maybe a commercial for a smooth jazz radio station. I don't know. It's a little mix of everything.
Yeah.
And then we got some clips from a well-known teen drama show.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
let's just roll with it.
Of stuff. We got lots of.
Let's go with it.
Let's hit up this commercial. This is a good little introduction. Speaking of which, weather report. That's just Fusion, right? I don't think
it's Fusion, but they had some smooth stuff. To be honest, they had some smooth stuff. To be honest,
well, Fusion kind of treads on a smooth edge, doesn't it?
Well, Fusion turned into smooth jazz.
Yeah, Fusion doesn't know its lane. That's for sure.
Oh.
Yeah. You want to do this commercial?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna back it up. You can introduce everyone.
Okay, that's Bobby McFerrin. And it seems like he made this theme song. That's Al Jarreau right there. I love Al Jarreau. I love how into it he's getting right now. He's really he's got a really what do you call it for life? He's got a zest for life.
For life.
I think he's got a
A
zest
joie
for
de
life.
vivre,
I think he's got a Jarreau for life, a Jarreau de vivre. I think he's a very. I love Al Jarreau. He's now passed away, but he just had a real, and you can see him getting into it with he's really just feeling the groove on this one. Take it back one more time on Al Jarreau here. Wow, wait, hold on. I'll back it up. I'm sorry. This is really interesting to me. So it's almost like this
Bruce Springsteen.
It's a mega mix. Bruce Springsteen, are you kidding me?
The next guy looked like him. I don't know who these people are, to be honest.
What's cool about this is that I know, but what's cool about this is a mega mix piece of music that it starts off with Bobby McFerrin kind of doing his, a cappella thing.
By the way, I do know who Bobby McFerrin is. Okay, that's the one person I didn't know.
Well, he's definitely a crossover. I mean, obviously, Bobby McFerrin is most well known for "Don't Worry, Be Happy," the song "Don't Worry, Be Happy," which was, a big hit, crossover hit. I mean, it's not even a crossover hit. That is a pop song, I would say. But, oh
yeah.
But so, okay, and then it's got all of them are playing their instrument or doing their voice or whatever, and doing it into this one mega mix piece of music, which is pretty cool that they all kind of came together for this one, Smooth Jazz Station's theme song. Okay, carry on. I'm guessing that's
that's who I'm saying I think is Bruce Springsteen, but I could be wrong. Obviously,
no, I don't. Albright.
I have no idea who that actually is.
I thought it was going to be somebody else, but that's somebody I don't know who that is.
Clearly, he didn't want us to be able to read his first name. It's like
I don't know.
Albright? No, I don't know.
Who would that be? I'm trying to think. That would be.
I have no idea.
Something. Albright. Well, anyway, carry on. Anyway, carry on.
Flex.
Flex Albright.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, the Cool Cats. Those are the Cool Cats. Yeah.
I guess they were trying to.
Okay, this is so bizarre to me.
Smooth jazz as being cool at this point in time.
But you know what's really weird is this is Miles Davis. This is Miles Davis right here in his later years.
He's so
and
crazy.
He looks very interesting with his later look here. I mean, when you think of Miles Davis, you think of him as a kind of a cleaner looking guy with a, you think of Kind of Blue, and you think,
No, but when you think of Bitches Brew, you think, okay, he's getting crazy up and down.
No, you do think Bitches Brew, you think this kind of look.
Right,
but this is so out. This is out of sight right here.
I was going to say he looks like he really looks like Lou Reed here, I think.
Right, he's going for a Lou Reed kind of ensemble.
Also, what's kind of crazy about him in this is, well, first of all, his voice was kind of given out at this point, I think.
He looks a little on the drugged out side, to be honest.
Well, I don't know what happened, but something might have happened. And what's also interesting is I never thought of Miles Davis as smooth jazz, by the way.
Nor did I. No, I definitely more, free jazz. Like when you hit, Bitches Brew era. But
no, Bitches Brew, he got fusiony for sure. But
I feel like it's almost free.
In the 80s and his later years, he might have got a little smooth, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. Although, are these all their signatures, by the way? Their true signatures?
Maybe. Let's see what he says.
CD 101.9, very cool, like me.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my God!
Did you say very cool like me?
Like I think he's trying to say.
He is kind of. Well, here's what this is what's so interesting is
he's probably thinking, I'm gonna get paid for this shit, so I'll just fucking do it, Fuck it. I don't care.
Right. What's funny
bullshit, but whatever. It's cool.
What's funny is it's almost this is the best endorsement this station could get because people hate real jazz people hate smooth jazz. They think it's a real bastardization of jazz, and they hate smooth jazz. To me, I think it's a different flavor. It's a 30-second flavor, I just I don't put them in the same category. I think smooth jazz is one thing, regular jazz is another thing. But to get the most well-known jazz musician of all time, the ultimate iconic jazz person, Miles Davis, to endorse this and say CD 1019 is very cool. That's that. I don't know how much. Yeah, he must have gotten paid for that or something. I don't know what.
They probably gave him that jacket. He's like, okay, look, give me the fucking jacket. I'll do the damn commercial. You fucking assholes, motherfucker. What is my life coming to? What's cool? You know, he's probably thinking like, I'm so cool that even if I do this lame ass commercial, I'll still be cool. I'm gonna make it cool because I'm in it. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Right. Or he's just like really wanted to get that jacket.
CD 101.9.
He's like, I'm trying to remember the name of the station. Wait, CD 101.9. Look how he looks to the right. He almost doesn't remember the actual station.
Well, he goes like he's thinking CD 101 line. 9. Okay, 9.
He's like CD 10. What the fuck is it again?
Yeah, he's like, what? CD 10 what? 1019 and
101.9. Very cool. Like beer.
Wait, it doesn't say. Did you say like me or did he say like beer?
Like
he said like me.
It sounded like me.
It sounded like he said like beer. He said, and he also doesn't say CD 1019 is cool. He just said CD 1019 very cool like me. He doesn't say it's cool. He just says very cool.
Yeah.
Like beer,
no, he said 101.9.
Like a cold brewski. It's like a cold brewski. It's cool. Like a watch this.
Very cool. Like beer.
Like beer.
I wonder what's going on below the camera. Just food for thought there.
Why do you think he's getting some kind of blowjob or something?
He did not insinuate such foul
what were you thinking?
I don't know. I just thought maybe he was playing a Rubik's Cube or some shit. You never know.
All right.
Like
beer. He goes, very cool like beer.
He's like this. Very cool. How do I get this shit together? Doing a Rubik's Cube. Like me.
Right.
Anyway, that was cool. Like
that
me.
was cool like me. That was cool like me.
What would you my connection's getting a little spotty, just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Right. Let's check out this. Let's check out this clip of Dave Koz on who must have been friends with. Let me set this up. All right. This next clip, is anyone here a fan of Beverly Hills 90210?
Right here.
No.
Right here as well.
Okay, I watched every episode in it today.
I didn't really watch it too much, but I did watch the first. I watched the first season. Okay, Laura and I watched the first season together, and then I kind of fell off because it wasn't for me really. That wasn't for me. But we watched the first season when it came out. This is in, I don't know, season 5 or something. But the smooth jazz musician Dave Koz appeared on the show, and I don't know. I think the kids are in college at this point, maybe, but. In what world? I thought I was the only teenager who liked smooth jazz, but they go to this concert, and I think it's at the Hollywood Bowl, as if, they're into smooth jazz and they're into Dave Koz. And I'm thinking, whose idea was this to get Dave Koz to appear and be something that these kids would like? Anyway, well, he must have been friends with somebody on the show, because they thought, oh, I'm friends with Dave Koz. We can get him on the. We probably can get him on the show. And they say, oh yeah, we'll have all the kids be. Yeah, they'll be. Oh, it's Jenny Garth's birthday, I think, in this or something like that.
Wow.
Somebody's idea, and then they go, yeah, you're right. Kimball makes a good point. It was definitely Steve's idea. Steve is the only person who I can imagine being into smooth jazz on the show. But you're telling me,
really? No, I would think that. I would almost go so far as to say Brian Austin Green could get into it.
No, are you kidding me?
No, I mean, I know he was into hip hop. I know, but I could see him being like, okay, I can get into some smooth jazz. You know what I mean? Like,
no way.
He was kind of a dork, but who liked hip hop. But I could see him sort of secretly liking smooth jazz.
I mean, can you imagine Dylan being into smooth jazz? I don't think so.
No, absolutely not.
He only likes rockabilly.
Rock.
He just likes
not rockabilly.
Yeah, rockabilly. Yes,
with
the
sideburns. Brandon is liking rockabilly, but I think
they all like rock. No, Dylan and Brandon
like.
No, I think Dylan and Brandon both like rockabilly. With their sideburns and their pompadours, their pompadour haircuts. And then
I don't think they like rockabilly music though.
And then I want to say Steve, I could sort of see liking it, but at the same time, I see Steve liking straight up hair metal.
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of a jock, I guess.
He's a jock, so I could see him liking the
What
Scorpions
do
or something like
bras
that.
listen to in general?
Huh?
What do bra kind of frat type people listen to? I forget.
They like Scorpions and stuff. What?
I don't know. I feel like that's interesting.
They like Journey. They like Journey.
Do they? I guess so.
Yeah.
Right.
Who else? I mean, I
It's
can't
funny how
imagine.
you're like they like scorpions, as if isn't it the scorpions? It's like
I
you're saying
said,
they
well,
like,
that's what I kind of
it's
meant
like
that.
they like scorpions, the actual bug. But anyway, carry
Right.
on.
The actual bug.
Right, they like scorpions. And you know what? I was thinking that I thought you were gonna just play the intro theme song and call that smooth jazz, because now that I think about it, it is a little bit on the smooth jazz side, like more of a kind of upbeat smooth jazz.
It kind of is. It kind of is.
It's got some saxophone, tones.
Should we take a look at this clip?
Ladies and
Sure.
gentlemen, please welcome Dave Cobb.
So hold on a second.
Wow. Oh
Let me
my
just
God,
say this real
I
quick.
don't remember this episode.
So let me say this real quick.
Very, very.
Sorry. It's Jenny Garth's birthday on this, and so they took her for her
Here,
birthday.
celebrating her 20.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Dave Cause.
Oh,
Anyway,
these are
just-
much later. This is a much later episode.
Oh, maybe they're not in
Did
college.
they just say she was celebrating her 25th birthday?
Oh, maybe they're not even in college. Okay, so maybe it makes
So
more
this
sense
is
that they like
way
smooth
later.
jazz.
Yeah, this is
All right.
way later.
All right. Well, anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dave Cobb. How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
We're really excited to be here. Very, very excited to be here. But before the band and I start,
He goes, we're really excited to be here. We're very excited to be here. It's kind of like a correction. He goes, we're really excited to be here. Correction, we're very excited to be here. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'd like to make mention of a very special occasion we have here. Kelly Taylor, right here, celebrating her 21st birthday with us today.
Oh,
And
21st.
we'd like to-
So they're in
Okay.
college.
They're
They
in
are
college.
college kids.
This
as
is
if
the
they're
later
into
years.
this.
I know.
As if they're into
Play a
this.
song called You Make Me Smile. This one goes out to you with lots of love from your brother David and all your friends. Happy birthday. Hit it,
But
guys.
not from me. He's like, lots of love from your brother David, but I'll stay out of it.
I mean, this is so funny to me.
This is really weird.
First of all, you got to check out Dave Cause's big puffy pants too, for one thing.
Well, he already has a bit of a.
Look at his pants.
Oh my God, that is unacceptable. How can they be sitting there going, this is so cool? Like, do you really think?
Let me just say this. I like this
Oh,
song.
I
by
do
the
know
way.
this song, actually.
I actually like this song. Just so you know, I do like the song. I like it. Okay. Wait, you know the song?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Okay.
Oh my God. This is just not. Oh God, no. No.
Okay, no, wait.
Look at the
that.
mom. Her mom is really.
Wait,
trying
look
to
at Brian
screw it up.
Austin Green. Hold on. Brian Austin
yeah.
Green is over there. He's all hip hopped out
going-
like this.
Yeah,
going
he's like, okay,
he's like
I'm
this. Let
trying
me
to
just-
get into that.
Look, he's this. This is him right here. He's going like this. He's hip hopped out, right? He's like this. He's like,
No, I
he's
think
trying to look
going-
hard. He's all trying to
Can
look
I
hard
try?
and stuff.
Can
Yeah,
I
hold
try?
on.
I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going more like this.
Wait, hold on. Let me hit you up. Hold on. Let me get you up here.
First off, his his mouth is
Okay.
open, so I think he's going more like hit me up. Okay. I guess I am into smooth jazz. Yeah, this is dope. Yeah.
To me, he's going
I
like
think
this.
He's just trying to fit in, though.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
really?
and there's also Nat from the Peach Pit here. I mean, what the hell?
Well, I
is
imagine
so
him liking
ridiculous.
smooth jazz, but I also imagine him liking rockabilly, to be honest, because
No,
I
but it's
can
funny
imagine
that
him being
he's
in
there.
the 50s diner music or something. You know what I mean? But
Right, exactly.
no, he just became a really big part of these kids' lives. You know.
Right, I guess I did.
Now, Brian Austin Green to me is trying to look hard, but he's also trying to be into the music, so he's going,
or he's thinking like, you know what?
He's
Smooth
thinking-
jazz has some dope beats.
He's thinking this shit is dope. All right, so and then he goes, is that Andrea, by the way? To
I
the
was
left?
wondering that.
Maybe not.
Gabrielle Carteras? I don't know.
It's Claire. Sorry.
You know,
Oh.
it's,
Oh, Claire, she came in later.
I don't even know anything about a Claire, but I tell you this: that Gabrielle, what's her name?
Gabrielle
Gutierrez?
Carteras.
You know that she was the SAG president for a little while.
Oh, I guess I kind of heard that somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, go on, carry on. Let's play. Look how into it Dave Koz is.
This is so unhip in so many ways. It's just,
Well, it is kind of cool in some ways, though.
but it's just not edgy in any way. I mean,
Look at how he's dancing around while he's playing, though. You know, and it's almost like
oh my
he's
god.
almost like a dancer in a way. You know what I mean, Dave Koz. You know what I mean? Like it looks like his pants are some sort of dance outfit. You know what I mean?
Well, it's definitely
He's
got an MC Hammer.
He almost looks like MC Hammer. Yeah.
Tori Spelling is like this is cool.
Wait, I think Tori Spelling is the only one thinking. Wait, go back to Tori Spelling real quick.
Or
I
is
think
she
she's
thinking,
the only
I
one
just
saying.
don't get this.
She's saying, I don't
know."
understand why they decided to put Dave Koz in this show. You know, it
Right.
doesn't really
She's
add
like,
up.
God, my dad is going to be having
wait.
a conniption fit after this episode.
Wait, and now what is Brian Austin? Brian Austin Green is kind of thinking, I kind of don't. He looks around thinking, I don't really want other people to see that I'm into this, but I guess I am kind of into it.
I
Go back.
disagree. I think he's trying to fit right in, and he's just going with the flow. You know what I mean? Which is kind of what he always tried to do.
It's funny. It's interesting how Brian Austin Green started off as a nerd on the show and then turned into a cool guy. You know?
Kind of. He always seemed like he was trying too hard to me.
Yeah. Go back on him real quick. Maybe he's thinking to himself, "Whoa, I can't believe I'm into smooth jazz now."
I know. Or maybe he's just thinking like, I got to start learning how to make these smooth jazz beats, you know, so I can
Right.
be on the
fork.
scene.
He's using the fork to make the beat, actually.
Right. Brandon's just like, I'm so glad we're all here. This is such a great moment.
Brandon has the most sparkling eyes, doesn't he?
He's definitely the most handsome one on the show, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, Shannon Doherty, but
I'm talking about the men here.
oh, okay. Who's the best looking woman on the show?
Woman? I guess Shannon Doherty, yeah. Probably.
She was a true beauty.
No, she
All
was.
right, go back.
It's so funny that this is where they chose to take her for her 21st birthday. It's
That's
just
what I'm
so
and
not a cool thing to do.
And the fact that they're all kind of into it, you know what I
Old
mean?
people.
Except for
It really is, as you said, it's for old adults. You know what I mean? Like
well,
a
I just thought,
21-year-old doesn't want
what were
to
they
do that.
thinking on this, though?
You know, what were they thinking?
Is it possible to go back on this one a little bit? Oh no, he's not.
We
Okay.
lost him.
Uh-oh, he's out. I mean, you know, Chicken Jessica is out. So I guess all of the videos that were loaded went out as well. So
But you know, Chicken Jessica might come back, right?
oh, Chicken Jessica is definitely coming back. She's definitely
Yeah.
gonna flap her way back over here. Anyway, I just think it's a very funny clip, and I think the way that Dave Koz is dancing around is very ballerina-esque.
Oh my god! Now, what if you had put on that performance yourself? Would you feel a little embarrassed?
I would be proud of it.
That
No,
you had done?
I would be proud of it. I think it'd be funny.
Wearing that outfit and everything.
Well, I would do it as a joke. Yeah.
No, not as a joke. If you were totally serious, would you be like, that was me? And would you be proud, or would you be a little bit like, ugh, that was me?
Well,
you have to admit it is a bit.
I will admit that Stephen Kramer's got a good point here that Brian Austin Green's initials are BAG.
That is definitely a good point.
That's a very good, very good point. I would not be. Would I be embarrassed? That's a good question. I don't know. No, well, maybe. I wouldn't wear. Look, from a sincere point of view, I would not dare wear such poofed out pants like that. But you know, maybe I would.
If you wear
later,
the vest.
I would say, oh, I just did it as a goof. You know, I would have said.
Yeah, right.
It's
what do you wear the vest as not a goof?
I mean, I wouldn't wear any of that. That whole outfit, I wouldn't wear.
What about that shirt with its collar? I
know, with its collar. The collar sticking out of the vest.
I know, that is just not a good look. That kind of music, it's weird because I feel like it's the type of music you would hear almost like in a cheesy sex scene of some kind. You know what I mean? And yet there is zero sex appeal to any of the people on stage, in my opinion. It just has that non-sexual energy, if that makes any sense.
Do any of the people in this video have sex appeal? Maybe the bass player.
Oh, the bass player, maybe, yeah.
Oh, really?
In a way, yeah. I mean, he has a certain kind of, thrust.
He has that. Well, what did you say? Thrust?
That he has a certain kind of thrust.
Yeah, he does. He also has.
Well,
his hair
it's not for me, but I'm sure there's someone out there who's like,
well, he's got his hair pulled back. His hair is pulled back.
His muscles are showing.
he's got this, this kind of tank top, and he's got, his hair's pulled back in a sort of, I don't know, kind of way that is somewhat tight.
Well, he's also wearing sort of a sleeveless top, know. But the main guy, Dave, whatever his name is, Coulier or whatever.
Dave Coulier.
Whatever his name is. He is not hot, and he's not at all having sex appeal, I have to say. Sorry, guy. What's his name?
Dave Cause.
Cause.
No,
Dave, this is for a good cause. No, I mean, yeah, I guess one can attribute it to the times, but even in those times, there were things going on that might have been a little cooler than that.
I think good for him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I think good for him that he got on one of the hottest shows on TV.
True. Although at the time, I wonder if it was at that point, it was kind of going down.
Smooth Jazz or?
No, Beverly Hills 90210.
What do you mean it was going down?
Well, it was like losing its ratings, probably. It wasn't.
I thought you meant it was going on, it was going down. Oh, things are going down right now. It's getting good. You watched it all the way to the end?
I mean, something, I guess maybe I didn't, come to think of it. I think once they kind of got out of college, I sort of
once they got to the Dave Cause years.
Because I don't remember that episode at all, to be honest.
Do you think it's just outrageous that they got all these people acting as if they're into this and stuff?
Maybe they really were into it, though. And maybe that says something about these people that I never knew before.
Do you think they would have been into it when they were going to high school?
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I feel like they, it seemed like the two main girls, Brenda and Kelly, were into like a bad boy kind of scene, right? So I would think that they'd be more into rock, I mean, Dylan was the hunk. He was the main hunk.
He was a bad boy.
Yeah.
Wait, is Dylan's not even in that clip, is he?
Right. He's probably like, I'm not doing this shit. I'm out.
Well,
if you're going to get Dave Cause, I will not be on the show anymore.
Shannon Doherty wasn't in the show either at this point, it seems.
Right. Well, I heard she got kicked off the show, actually.
Well, also, did Jason and Kelly or Jenny, did they go out together?
They did go out at a point, yeah.
In real life or on the show only?
On the show. I don't know about in real life, but yeah, I heard that Shannon got kicked off the show because she beat someone up, maybe, or something like that.
No, she didn't beat someone up.
She
really?
did. I think she got violent with people or something. I could be wrong.
The guy who owns the Peach Pit?
Yep. She hit Nat right in the balls.
Checking Jessica is back, by the way.
Oh, okay. Jessica, come on back.
Yeah, can we?
Did it take out all the clips?
Yeah, it did. That's why we were waiting for you to.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. And we were killing
Sunday
time,
nights are bad. I forgot Sunday nights are bad for the internet in my neighborhood.
Oh,
look, we got best adult dating sites.
Oh wow! Thanks for joining. Hopefully they become a member.
Yeah. All right. So what's I'm sorry. What's up next? Are we going after show?
We didn't really get to finish that clip actually. The Dave Cause clip.
Dang, it's good though, huh? Well, you showed me that. I watched the whole show. I didn't remember that at all.
People blocked it from their memory, I guess. It's just funny to me why they had that. But let's finish that clip and then we'll get into another clip. Here we go. You know what it looks like to me? Sorry, can you go back again? It looks like Brian Austin Green wasn't into it, and then he realized the camera's on him, and he thought, "Oh, I got to act like I'm into it,"
I think that's how Claire is being. She's like, I have to just act like I love this, even though I don't even understand it.
Wait! Look at what the Peach Pit guy did. Look at what he did. He's listening to it, and he says, he says really something. No, but he kind of says something. Oh wow, that one lick was really good just now. Watch what he says. Wow, did you see that one lick? That was so good. I just thought, You know what I mean?
No, I feel like Nat from the Peach Pit is genuinely into this. He's one of these guys who used to be, he probably once played guitar at some point in his life and misses it. And he looks at this and goes, yeah, this is really good music.
This is music. This is real music.
This is real music. These are real musicians.
He's looking at the other person. He thought, wow, these are some real musicians here. Yeah.
Right. And then, but anyway, keep going. I wonder what Jason is thinking. He's like, I just love that we're all here. I don't care.
Laura, thoughts on sideburns?
Oh, I'm fine with that. Yeah, no, that's not like too hardcore of a sideburn. It seemed like a normal burn.
Careful.
Oh. No, I mean, hey, look at nothing against Burns in general. He's like, wow, all for me. This is just the best. This is amazing. This is an absolute fairy tale is what he's thinking. Or supposed to be thinking. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be seeing Dave Chaz or whatever his name is.
Dave Chaz. What if his name was Dave Jazz?
On my birthday. On my
Or Jave-
birthday of all things, wishing me a happy birthday from my brother and friends.
All right, let's see another clip real
Anyway.
quick. We'll see another clip and we'll wrap it up.
All right, you want to go with a total classic or maybe something new, some kind of duo action?
Whatever
What do you
think
guys
is gonna
think?
be
What is
better?
Like a total classic that pretty much everyone knows, or something that's also funny, or it's just something new I found that's kind of funny in a way. I don't know.
Whatever's more
kind
funny.
of twins. All right, maybe let's do the Gorlick. What do you think?
okay?
Yeah.
You want to do Kenny G right now?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, this is going to be kind of longer. I feel like maybe we should do something shorter. Is the other one shorter?
It's
whatever.
actually, I think it's longer, but it's like something you could
let's do
flip
it. Let's
through.
do it. Kenny G, the king of smooth jazz in a way, because he is in a way, the epitome of what smooth jazz became, and is obviously the most well-known smooth jazz artist there is. So let's go ahead, and this is Kenny G.
Oh my god.
I like this song a lot, actually.
I'm already liking the video. Wow.
I'm gonna pause because I think this might be, it's a popular song.
Yeah. Just pause and pause.
Look at how. Hold on. What's going on?
It almost looked like his
one knee.
You know what this looked like? It looked like his knee was up on. It's not. I think it's his jacket, Laura. But it looks like his knee is up.
Yeah,
on
it
the
looks like
railing.
he's got his leg bent and his knee is on the
Right.
railing, and
I
it's
know,
a
it
really
does look
big
like
ass
that.
knee.
Right.
Like,
Kind of interesting. He really does look younger here.
oh my god! Look at his leggings.
It's
Such
funny.
a funny outfit.
It's also funny that he thought, yeah, we'll get shots of me playing in different sort of scenes, and I'm gonna wear
Sitting in
different
different
outfits.
ways.
I'm gonna wear different outfits for each one, and
Right.
they thought, yeah, why don't you wear can you wear the high ankled pants, because we really want to see some shin action. If sex sells,
We want to see the high tops of your Reeboks.
we want to see some leg,
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, is this enough for you guys, or should I go higher?
How about one leg higher than the other? How does
He
that
goes,
look?
what do you think? One leg on top of the stoop and the other one off, or should I do both on? Should I have
Wait,
my sack
hold on.
pointing to the left, right, or center,
Wait.
meaning in front of my crotch?
Wait, pause it real quick. What does the graffiti say on those
It
pillars?
says Kenny G fucking rules. Imagine someone tagging that. Like,
Yeah,
Kenny G's the shit. Kenny G for life.
Kenny G was here.
Oh
You know what's funny about this? He
blowing
straight
away
up looks
the
like an
birds.
action. He looks like an action hero, like the star of an 80s action movie or something like that.
He
You know
either
what I
looks
mean?
like Rambo or, once again, Rod Stewart.
No, he doesn't look like that. He looks like a Lethal Weapon. He looks like Mel Gibson or something.
Right.
Lethal
Weapon.
Weapon.
Kind of look like Mel Gibson. This is hilarious.
How do they get those? You think those seagulls were natural, or do they get animal tamer? Did they
Right,
get
animal tamers too. Fly around in just the right
Seafoam
time.
said that's a vape. What if he was vaping?
What book was he reading? How to
Right.
Be
I
Romantic.
wish we could read the book. What does the book say on the title?
It's like
Wait, go
the
back. See,
leaves
is
of
it
grass.
is it possible to see what book? It'd be funny if it was The Joy of Sex or something like
Oh
that.
my god, that would be hilarious. The
Or what if
Kama
it was-
Sutra.
Yeah, what if it was the art of Taoism or something like that?
He's like, okay, what if I stand up? Oh, there's actually other people there.
Right. Wow,
They're
it's
like,
a
we're
live
gonna
performance.
reveal the band. We're gonna. He's like, okay, if I stand against this column, does that look cool? He's asking the director. How did he get so big? in
What
a
is that
way?
book, man? I want to know what that book is. I'm really
I
curious.
know. I think
that
it
book
doesn't
is-
even. It's not even a real book. They're just like, I think it'd be cool if we show that you like to read, but it's not going to be a real book. Don't worry, you don't actually have to read.
Wait,
like,
Laura, this is
he's like, okay, good, because I was really nervous
okay,
about
good,
that.
because I'm more about music, not reading.
He's like, honestly, I've never read a book before.
But you know what's funny though? Someone said,
that's
"Oh,
a shock.
Kimball said snake charming your penis." So when he's kind of got his leg up and stuff, he's kind of looks like he's snake charming his penis. But anyway.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the book he was reading.
What is this location? Oh wow, that was some editing.
I think this is like the outside of a wedding that just ended. No, we're not that one, but
It's
that.
a wedding gig.
It's a wedding.
It's a wedding gig.
It's a wedding gig. See, there's a wedding fold-up wedding
No,
chair.
he just performed at a wedding, and he just thought,
performed
well,
at a wedding, and now he's like,
he's-
now I want to do something for me.
yeah, I'm decompressing. Let me decompress by just
Let me get my book. Just
let me
open
snake
it up,
charm
put
my.
it
I'm
down.
gonna snake charm my penis outside and just sort of let myself kind of get to know myself.
He's like, I'm gonna just itch my balls. I'm gonna play some sax, and I'm just gonna let free.
Laura's husband kind of looked. I thought.
No,
when I
he
first
does
met-
not.
No, I didn't say he looks. I said his hairstyle was like his.
No, it wasn't.
When I first met him,
that is
isn't that not true?
Insult.
No,
No,
it was a little bit, wouldn't you
No.
say?
no, not even a chance. That does not look like. Okay, first off, I'm sorry, Kenny. I love you. I love your music, but I am not attracted to you in any sexual way whatsoever.
But
And
you
I
gotta
don't
admit
find
that
him attractive.
you gotta admit
don't
his
even
hair-
think
their
about
hair
saying that my
looks
husband
similar.
looks like that. No,
Your hair, his hair looks similar. You gotta
No.
admit.
it does not.
They did
Now
a
the
little
pubic
bit,
hairs,
come
on the other hand, might be similar. Oh my God. He's like, okay, if I sit on this bus bench and tap my shoe, does that look cool, director?
Well, look, he
Please let me know.
disappeared. He disappeared. The ghost bust. I mean, the
He's
ghost
wearing a
bust.
scarf,
Oh, wait,
too.
okay, this is good.
Look at his
This is good,
The
actually.
director's like, why don't you lay down on the
He's
bench?
like, well,
put one
let's do
leg
a
on
dissolve.
top.
Let's do a dissolve here, and we'll
Put your
dissolve.
leg up. Put one leg up.
Let's just
and
get
just
crotch
play.
crotch out, and just sort of listen to your crotch.
Let's tuck the bottom
Wait,
of your
hold on,
pants
look,
into your
his-
shoes, by the
His
way.
toes are tapping to the music.
I
Look at that. He's kind of, you know what I mean? Like he's kind of really feeling the groove here, you know?
That looks so funny. He's like, I can't lie on anymore. I have to sit up because I'm grooving so hard.
By the way, I want to, the take. By the way, everybody's take on Kenny G is that he's lame or whatever. Let's do a new take that he's actually cool. Okay.
Well, you can, but I'm just.
It's
don't
kind of
know.
hacky. It's hacky to just say he's lame or
absolutely
whatever.
ridiculous.
It's so hacky that he himself is now making
He's
fun of
owning it.
himself. He's making fun of himself on these
Is
things.
he though? Or does
He
he think
is.
this is all absolutely amazing?
I think it's cool, by the way.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it, including
So
his hair
you-
that looks like your husband's hair. It did.
It
look
does
like
not look like my husband's hair.
Well, that's
Oh my
cool. They're all playing in different rooms, different floors.
Oh, I thought it was. I
Every-
thought it was
every
different
band member-
versions
look,
of him.
every-
Oh yeah.
Every band member gets their own floor.
You're like, don't worry, band members. We're gonna get a couple of shots of you guys. We're gonna do a pan down on a building. You're gonna be in a window, and we'll get to see you for about 2 seconds.
Wait.
Back
Was he
to
on the
Kenny.
top floor?
Somehow he got all the way back to.
Wait.
the
Was
top.
Kenny on the top floor too?
Yep.
Go back
I
to the
think
top
that
floor.
he's everywhere. Is the idea.
Wow,
Kenny-
he ran downstairs to get this shot.
Well,
Oh no,
yeah.
that's not Kenny. It's just a guy who has the same hair as him.
It's Kenny. Oh, you're right.
Wait,
They're like, oh
hold
yeah,
on. Go
you
back
have
out.
your leg hanging out of the window.
Go back. His
adds
leg
an-
is
adds
hanging
to
out
it.
the window. That's kind of precarious, actually.
No, I
you know?
think that was meant to make
You
him
know what
look
it
like a
reminds me of?
bad
It
boy.
reminds me
It's a
of-
bad
It reminds
boy.
me of Pirates of the Caribbean, by the way. That
Oh,
part.
right, exactly.
The guy's dirty foot hanging from
His dirty foot is hanging out of the window.
dirty foot. Pirates of the Caribbean.
He's not even playing the drum. He's just drumming on his knees. Did you notice
Is
that?
he really? Go back.
Go back. He's like, I'm not even gonna touch the snare. Go. See?
He's just
like-
air drumming. He's just
He's air
totally
drumming,
He's kind of trying to
exactly.
call attention to the form. He's trying to say, yeah, we're not really playing. This is a
or,
lip sync.
or he's saying this part doesn't have a snare and I'm okay with it.
I wonder what
I
this
don't.
location
This is
right
about
here.
the music. It's not about me.
Wait, okay,
What is it?
that location, by the way, looked like it was kind of in a weird, out of nowhere place. But then I see this hotel in the background.
It's a hotel. Yeah, exactly. It's like some park that happens to have columns, but it's actually in the middle of like Rancho Cucamonga or somewhere.
What do you do?
That whole look was so funny.
Look at this. The drummer's not even trying to do anything
Still
right
not.
now.
I know. He's like, this
No,
is a
he's.
stupid idea to do.
I
This
know.
video.
He's just thinking to himself, God, I can't. This music video idea is so lame. I should be at the spotlight. You know.
No,
I
he's
think
probably
like,
thinking, I can't believe they're making us lip play to this stinking song. I want to really play. And he's like, you know what? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm just gonna tap my knees.
I'm just gonna stand there.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, this is stupid. Watch. Can we go back to? Oh, there's his snare. Okay. For a second, I didn't even see the snare. He was just.
Wait. What does he say? What's up to somebody? Go back real quick. Is he saying
right.
what's up?
Right.
Watch this. He goes, "What's up?" You know what's weird?
There he said, "What's up?"
Wait, do you think that he's saying? Because I don't. Is his fingers matching the song? Is he lip singing the correct parts?
They're all
here?
lip syncing.
Wait, go back. Like, I'm just curious. Go back real quick. Watch his fingers and watch his fingering and to see if he's actually playing or not. You know what I mean? Or if he's playing along correctly. Listen, watch. I mean, this next shot right here. Does this sync up? See?
No. Oh, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
He knows what he's doing. He knows the song
Yeah, I
enough
guess
to
so, I
probably
guess
do
so.
it. But the
Well,
drummer,
this is
on the other
this is a
hand, is just
solo.
like, I just don't even know what I'm supposed
The
to do.
drummer
with
is
this shit.
over it. The
He's
drummer's
very much
over it.
over it. Like, I can't just play a snare here. There's other stuff going on. This whole setup is ridiculous, he's thinking. It's like, it's not just a snare and a cymbal I'm playing. He's like, am I supposed to just imagine there's no kick in my drum set? Anyway, carry on. I know that synth is huge.
It's funny. Everybody has the same hair except for the drummer. The drummer's the only one who doesn't have the same hair.
Oh, by the way, I think that, not that I know anything, I think that's a Yamaha CP4 or something like that. It's like an electric piano, I think. Yeah. Someone asked. That's why.
Okay. Are we in
Oh wait, what
London?
time is it? 11. Wow, is it? It's 11:30 at night.
And he's like, I don't care. I want to play at all hours of the day.
Now this is Santa Monica
He's a
Pier
true
right here. I
musician.
think. Santa Monica Pier.
No, I feel like they might be in New York, to be honest, and
No,
this
this is
might
Santa
be
Monica
Coney
Pier.
Island.
Oh, Coney.
I could be wrong. He is really enjoying it. I have to admit, he loves what he does. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Absolutely loves what he does. Wow.
Look at that solo, all right? Now that man can play. Now that's wow, that's real music right there.
It is. I mean, it's for him. You know what? Congratulations to him. He had a really successful career doing this. Like, who discovered him? Was he playing on the street and somebody said, "You're a star. I see it."
On the street. I think they saw him playing at a wedding and they said, "Hey, listen, I work at A&M Records and I want to give you a record
A&M.
deal." Or whatever. I don't know. I saw you playing. I saw you reading The Joy of Sex over there, and I couldn't help but notice you. I know you did great during the wedding reception. Oh, look at that. He's really proud of.
They're like, I saw you watching The Joy of Sex over there and thought, you know what? This guy would be great as a saxophone player.
Listen, you're not going to just be reading about sex after you get this record deal. You're going to be having it, and you're going to be playing the saxophone while you do it.
You're going to be having it with the saxophone.
You're going to be having it with the saxophone. That thing goes right. That thing is a perfect fleshlight. By the way, look at the way he's proud of himself after the solo. Watch.
Right.
See that?
Wait, did you see it? Yeah, how he pulled the thing out of his mouth. He was like,
right. Go back.
That was really funny. Watch how he pulls it out of his mouth.
He's really proud that he did
yeah.
that solo. He's kind of got puffed out pants too, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, I mean he's Puff Central over here.
Puff Central.
He was actually the original Puff Daddy.
Right. He's Puff Kenny.
Look at this funny
Puff
scarf.
Kenny.
He's like, I think I should wear the scarf for this shot.
Well, it's more sophisticated.
Because I think it adds an element of, it's casual yet classy. Right, director. All right. Well,
So, look,
there you have it.
That's
Kenny
some smooth
G
jazz.
is back.
We're going to look at some other smooth jazz clips when we go to the after show debriefs, which is for members only. How do you become a member? You press the join button, and it's right there under the video, right there. Join, and you could join. There's a couple different tiers. One gives you access to the after show debrief, where we hang out for another half hour to an hour, and we watch stuff. And something happened. We got blocked, I think. Dang it. The people are. Yeah, I think everybody's everyone's I think saying it. I mean,
I had a feeling it was just going too long, and you weren't.
right.
There was like silence, you know.
Not enough pauses.
Breaking it
Yeah.
up.
I'm gonna give him a call.
But we are going to come back. We're going to come back.
So can anyone hear us right now or not? Or see us?
Well, we'll see what happens here. We just need to kill time for people to have us back. Well, so just let us know here.
Well, should we just go into the after party or?
Well, no, I mean, we have to make sure. Let's just make sure we'll see what happens here. Hopefully, people. I just want to know when people are when we're back.
How are these people still doing comments?
Because the stream is technically still going. So
no, but they just
people
don't
can
see the video?
Yeah, people can chat like before and after broadcast.
Wait, can you put a comment in there though?
Oh,
I
yeah,
did. I said,
you did.
let me know when we come back.
Okay.
So I'll disappear for now. Actually, I can watch it on my phone.
Or we could just say after show debriefs and just blah 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 and taking too long.
We're back.
Video.
We're back.
Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. So anyway, what I was saying is, if you want to continue with us, and we'll go to the after show debriefs. Become a member by pressing join. There's 2 tiers. 1 tier gets you access to the after show debrief and little icons you can use in the chat room, and these little sort of icons that show how long you've been a member, which is kind of neat because, well, the pictures were all hand drawn, and look, that's a picture of them right there, and hand drawn by Laura and me, and so we're going to do that, and then also if you do tier 2, you get access to behind the scenes content and the monthly ringtone. Okay, so that's what you get there, and it's kind of fun, and anyway, but and if you don't want to do that, we'll be back next Monday, not tomorrow, but the Monday afterwards at 6 p.m. and just subscribe to the channel. If not, right, subscribe to the channel, and I think that's about it. We'll see you at the after show debriefs, and Chicken Jessica put a link to it in the description of this video and in the chat room. So we'll see you there in just a bit. And otherwise, we'll see you next week. And that'll do it. My name is Brent Weinbach.
I'm Laura Weinbach.
Thanks to Chicken Jessica, our producer. And the show is the Chicken Coop. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.